right place. Let's hang out, talk, share a bit. It's Club Grief. Season 2, Life After Death. Now, right away, you might be thinking, life after death as in heaven, or where does the person go who has died after? But it's not that. With Club Grief, I'm talking about life of the living after the death of loved one. So, let's catch up. For me, it's been just over 5 months since my wife, Heidi, suddenly passed away. February 23rd, 2024. Let me ask you how you are doing. Are you taking medication? Have you stopped medication? Have you started medication? Have you changed your medication? Have you changed your nurse, psychiatrist, practitioner, or psychiatrist to get new medication and a new evaluation? Have you been in therapy? Have you changed therapists because perhaps the one therapist wasn't working? Have you decided to stop therapy, pause for a little bit, and then maybe go back? Have you tried a grief group? Have you gotten into a grief group? Have you tried it and realized, this isn't for me right now? Have you been diagnosed with a new disorder? Adjustment, depressed, mood disorder. Are you still dealing with PTSD, ADHD, insomnia? Are you still crying? Are you dealing with a double depression, which I call compounded depression? Does life suck? Have you gone back to work thinking it would maybe change everything, maybe make everything better, maybe give you a distraction? Or maybe you realize, what was I thinking? It's way too soon to go back to work. Have you been out driving your car and perhaps you ran a red light? Or maybe even you backed into somebody with your car, not a person, but another person's car. Have you gotten yourself a pet, perhaps a dog or cat, that is now listed as an ESA, emotional support animal? Or maybe you asked your therapist about that and they might have snickered or laughed at you or didn't believe in an ESA. How is your diet going? Are you eating more? Are you eating less? Do you have no appetite? Does food mean nothing to you now? Does life have less meaning? Do you have a less desire or less will for living? Have you reached out to the 988 hotline, the suicide hotline, not because you thought about hurting yourself or another, but because maybe you didn't know where to turn and you just want to reach out to somebody, text them or call them, and just have someone acknowledge that you're there? Have you thought about moving from one town to another, or maybe from one state to another? Perhaps a change will do you good. Have you thought about changing careers? Maybe you need a new lease on life, maybe a new direction, maybe something that you've always wanted to do, and you realize when your loved one passed away, how short life really is. And by now, if you haven't guessed already, I've been through every one of those. So you're not alone. It's season 2 of Club Grief, Life After Death. See you next time, and take care of yourself.